What's up everyone? Welcome back to SV Astro channel, and today we are going to discuss about houses in more detail. So in my last video we have discussed about basics of astrology and like what is horoscope, what are planets, what are signs, what are houses. So guys, if you want to know about those details, please check out my video called Basics of Astrology. So today we are going to cover houses in more detail, but before that I want to tell you one thing about the planets is benefic planet and malefic planets. So in astrology, planets are in two categories, benefic and malefic. So what are benefic planets? Benefic planets are in astrology are Jupiter, Mercury, Venus and Moon, while malefic planets are Mars, Saturn, Rahu and Ketu. A lot of people consider Sun as malefic planet, but I don't consider Sun as malefic because Sun is creator, so I take Sun as neutral. But it depends on person to person what they want to take. So benefic planets are considered as good planets which will always do good to one. And malefic planets are are a bit cruel planets, those gonna do some bad things in our life. But that depends on how you take on to the planets. Saturn is a malefic planet, but Saturn only is here to teach us some hard lessons and reality of life. So this is about benefic and malefic planets. Also, one more thing is I want to tell you is about what planet rules what sign. As I told you that we have 12 signs in our horoscope starting from Aries to Pisces, and Aries starts with number 1, then it's Taurus number 2, and then Gemini number 3, and so on till Pisces number 12. So what planet rules what sign? So we have 12 planets and 9 signs. So in astrology, Sun and Moon rules one sign each, while Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter and Venus rules 2 sign each. Rahu and Ketu don't rule as such any sign, but they are co-owner of one sign each. Rahu is a co-owner of Aquarius with Saturn, and Ketu is a co-owner of Scorpio with Mars. So this is about benefic and malefic planets and what planet rules which sign. So now let's move on to houses. So what are houses in astrology? Houses are the main foundation. They are the main pillars of our horoscope. There are 12 houses in horoscope, as I told you, starting from your Lagna, which is called your ascendant and rising sign, and which is the first house, and then moving on to the clockwise direction till house number 12. So houses represent a lot of things in our life. They can represent your gains, they can represent your network, social circle, they can represent your body, they can represent your habit, your nature, your physical personality, your complexion. Houses also rules your status, your earnings, your litigations, your fights, your accidents, your surgery in your horoscope. We also have one houses for our family members in our horoscope. Like we have a house for mother, we have a house for father, we have a house for our siblings, we have a house for our spouse, and we have a house for our children. What house represent your mother, what house represent your father, we'll be covering those details in coming videos. So now today I'm going to explain you in detail about the first house. What is a first house? So first house is called ascendant, Lagna or rising sign. Why rising sign? Rising sign is because whenever a person is born or at your time of birth, that particular sign is rising from east. So suppose a person born at 10:25 in the night, and at that time Leo was rising from east. So Leo will be your ascendant. Leo will be your Lagna, which is your first house. And Leo denotes number 5, as I told you. So number 5 will be your first house, number 6 will be your second house, number 7 will be your third house, and so on continue. Number 4 will be your 12th house. So in this way, your horoscope forms your first house, second house, third house, fourth house, and so on till your 12th house. We got the numbers and the sign in all your houses. So what is your first house? First house represent your body. First house represent yourself. First house represent your ego, your appearance to the outer world. Though it may not be necessary that you look like what your first house is, but how the outer world sees you is through your first house. So suppose if first house is ruled by Saturn, then people may interpret you as a stern, serious, person or a disciplined person, though you may not be. You may be very playful, you may be very funny person, but they will see you as like what Saturn is. So this is about the planet which actually rules your first house. There can be some other planets sitting in your first house which may or may not influence your personality. So first house is very important in astrology, because if first house is strong, then even if your other houses are not that strong, you will do good in life. But if your lagna is weak, if your ascendant, if your rising sign, if your first house is weak, then even if you have good houses, like maybe your career is very bright, maybe you have good strong gain house, even then you'll not be able to achieve that position because your lagna is weak. Why is that so? Because lagna represent your self, your body, your physical body. And if your physical body is weak, if your mind is weak, then how you will be going to progress in those areas which are like your career or your gains. So if suppose benefic planets are sitting in your first house and first house is very strong, then you will be able to achieve good things in life even if your other houses are not that strong. But suppose if your first house is afflicted, maybe some malefics planet are sitting in it, or maybe malefics are aspecting your lagna, your first house, then sometimes it really become difficult to cope up with the worst situations in life. You'll not be able to get your path, you'll not be able to come out of those situations quickly, as in comparison if your first house is really strong. So first house represents your ego, your willpower, your longevity, your vitality. All these things are represented by the first house. Planet sitting in first house also indicates about your body, about your personality. If suppose Jupiter is sitting over there and it's not in a good condition, then as Jupiter represents fat, Jupiter represents sugar, Jupiter represents liver. So maybe person can have some problems related to liver, or maybe he can have diabetes, he can be fatty. So all these things can be represented by the planet sitting in your first house. So I want to show you a graphical representation of the horoscope, what horoscopes looks like, and like how are the houses and like the signs sitting in and where is the first house, just the basic idea of the horoscope. So I want to show you that. So let me show you that. So this is the chart you're seeing here, and this is your first house, your lagna, your ascendant. And if you move on the clockwise direction, this comes your second house, third house, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th and 12th house. But as I told you, it is not necessary that always this first house will be denoted by number 1. Why? Because first house can be ruled by Leo, by Sun. So there will be a number 5 because Leo represented by number 5. Maybe your first house can be ruled by Aries, then it will be number 1. So this is how the chart will look like and your houses will look like, and this will always be your first house. This will be your second house, this will be your third house. These are fixed, these will not going to change. The only thing will be changed is the planets in these houses and the signs of these houses. So this is about your horoscope, general horoscope, and your signs and your houses. So guys, this is about the first house and the general idea about horoscope. So tomorrow we'll be going to discuss about the second house, and I'll try to cover like 2 houses tomorrow, second and third house. Now it's a weekend, so we can cover more things tomorrow. And guys, again, if you like my video, just hit the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for more videos and information about the astrology. And also if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Put your comments on my videos and I will definitely be replying to you all. So guys, have a good day. Bye bye, take care.